Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I hope all of you are doing well, and today I've got another Game Crafter unboxing for you guys to check out. This one is going to be for the Ultimate Cross TCG. This was by a creator named Twilight along with several other people, and I'm going to be unboxing the starter decks from his game today. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So I've already cut these side parts here, so all I gotta do is just unwrap the decks and you shall see them. It looks like, yeah, the one thing about these decks is they don't have the boxes, unfortunately, so this is how they're gonna come out, but I will leave the link in the description if you want to pick these up for yourself. He is still testing them out as far as I'm aware, but again, I'll leave them in the description. So I'm going to unbox this one first. Just get all these wrappings off here. And pretty nice. And starting things off, we have the little aura counter here. This is the game's resource. It's a little small on here, but I think it'll still be good for tracking how much aura you've got in the game. But let's get onto why you're really here. It's the cards. It's going to be starting off with Faceless Monster, a fire creature, insect monster, 4 costs, 2 attack, 2 defense. It has a continuous effect where when a fire creature you control attacks, it gains +2 attack. It's pretty nice to have to boost your fire creatures. And you get 3 copies of that in here, so it's pretty nice. Next up is 3 copies of Lava Trap. This is a fire hazard for 2 cost. When an elemental creature you control is attacked, your creature attacks the attacker instead. So this can be sprung to be able to counterattack your opponent. Pretty useful. Flame Sword. This is fire equipment, 2 cost. It gives +1 attack, +1 defense. Durability 2 and auto. Once each turn when it automatically gives it once each turn when the equipped creature gains attack, it gains +1 defense. So you get 2 copies of those, so gives you a nice bit of buffing there. Next is Blazing Tank, a 2 cost, 3 attack, 1 defense, Magma Elemental Android. As the Stomp ability and continuous, when a magma creature you control attacks, this card gains 1 attack. So you want to be attacking with your fire creatures so they can just continuously lay down more damage as the game goes along. Next up, 4 copies of Heat Capacitor, 2 cost, 2 attack, 2 defense, a Magma Elemental Android. Auto ability, when gaining attack, your opponent's ruler takes equal damage. So that's one of the key things about Ultimate Cross, is that each deck has a ruler, which is sort of like a commander from Magic the Gathering, and your goal is to take out your opponent's ruler to win the game. Next up, 4 copies of Burning Fledgling, a Magma Elemental Bird, 1 cost, 1 attack, 2 defense, auto, when attacking, magma creatures you control gain 1 attack, so it's another nice little boost to your magma creatures. This deck so far has been all magma creatures except for the Faceless Monster. But next up is Raining Meteorite, a fire spell, magma. So 1 cost, you excavate 6, add 1 magma creature that costs 3 or less from your deck to your hand. So basically you look at the top 6 and you get to choose a magma creature from there. And then it also gives all your magma creatures +1 attack. So not only helps you find your magma creatures, but also gives them a little buff. Next we have the ruler of the fire starter deck. That's going to be Guardian of Rock Lock. Magma Elemental Giant, 0 attack, 35 defense. Automatic ability, when you play a magma creature, it gains 1 attack. So it's a nice buff to your magma creatures. Has an alter ability that's continuous. When a magma creature attacks with 4 or more attack, it gains Stomp. So there's your leader for the deck, and there's also another faceless monster, so you actually get 4 copies of that, which is nice. Next up is Molten Core, a fire spell that states all magma creatures you control gain 2 attack, and it costs 3, so this is just a nice flat buff to your magma creatures. King of Rocklock is next. It's a 6-cost Magma Elemental Feline, 4 attack, 6 defense. Automatic ability, when attacking or it's attacked, other magma creatures you control gain 2 attack. So you can kind of see what this deck's all about, just buffing your character's attack so you can overwhelm your opponent with damage. 2 costs for Scorching Mountainside, you get 2 of them. It's a Fire Arena Magma. Automatic, once each turn, when a magma creature you control destroys another, magma creatures you control gain 1 attack. So as you defeat your opponent's creatures, they're going to end up getting stronger when you have this on the field. It's pretty nice. Boiling Ascent, 2 copies of that. It's a 3-cost fire spell. You get to double 1 magma creature's attack, and you destroy it when your turn ends. So if you've gained a lot of attack, you can then play this to really put the hurt on your opponent and get a really big push against their ruler. Next up, Erupting Fauna, 1-cost Magma Elemental Reptile. When you play this, target magma creature you get to target a magma creature and it gains 1 attack. So even though it doesn't have a lot of attack itself, it just has 0 attack, 2 defense, this can be a helpful thing to buff one of your other attacking creatures. It's pretty nice. And there's also one more Blazing Tank, so you get 4 of them. And the last one is Buoyant Slime. This is a 3-cost Magma Elemental, 2 attack, 3 defense with Stomp. It has an auto ability where, when it's destroyed, target 1 creature your opponent controls and deal damage equal to half this card's attack rounded down, and then excess is dealt to your opponent's ruler. So this is a pretty nice effect, so you get to deal some extra damage if this happens to go down in combat or any other way. So it's definitely helpful. And that's pretty much the starter deck for the fire type. I'm just going to put all these to the side here, and then I will unbox the other of the 2 starter decks, which is the water starter deck. So again, I gotta unwrap it like this, get all these off. Then we got another aura counter on there, so both players will have them. Now let's take a look at the cards in here. You got Toxic Jellyfish. It's a water creature, aquatic. All the creatures in the last deck are fire creatures. All these you can assume here are water, since this is the water deck. 2 cost, 0 attack, 3 defense. And an automatic ability, when it takes damage, it gains 1 attack, so definitely is going to help it fight back as your opponent beats down on it. Next up, Tidal Wave. It's a water hazard, so kind of like a trap card here. 2 cost. When a water creature you control is attacked, you get to cancel the attack. So it's definitely helps stop your opponent from getting a lot of attacks off. Next up is Aqua Shield, water equipment. So you can attach this to one of your water characters. 2 costs, gives +1/+1. Has durability 2. I believe that means that it can only be attached for that many turns and then it has to go to the discard. But it also has an automatic ability to make up for it, where once each turn, when the equipped creature gains defense, it gains an extra attack. So as your creatures gain additional defense, which kind of works like health as far as I know. So once they run out of defense, a creature once run out of defense, it gets destroyed. So this can help. After they gain defense, they gain a little bit of ability to extra firepower as well. Next up, Twin Blade Teacher. 3 cost, 2/3, Water Force Human Warrior. They have an auto ability where when played, Water Force creatures you control take 1 damage and gain 1 attack. So, as you might expect, there's going to be a bunch more Water Force characters where that came from. You get 3 copies of Twin Blade Teacher. 4 copies of Voluntary Soldier. This is a 2 cost Water Force Human Warrior, 1 attack, 3 defense. Has an auto ability where when you destroy a creature, Water Force creatures you control gain 1 defense. So as these characters attack and destroy your opponent's creatures, they'll get to heal themselves a little bit afterwards. Spine Slasher, this one's pretty cool. 1 cost, 1 attack, 2 defense. When you play it, you get to choose one of your Water Force creatures to give it an extra 1 defense. Pretty nice to have to give them a little extra survivability. And it also works pretty well with the Aqua Shield too. Arena Prodigy, a 1 cost, 0 attack, 2 defense creature. When you play it, all your Water Force creatures you control gain 1 defense, and you get 4 copies of him. That's going to be a nice way of getting your... It's going to be a nice way of making your water creatures a little tougher. Next is Soul of the Current by... This is art by Tail Sweet. Looks pretty nice. This is the ruler for the water deck. It's a Water Force Fairy ruler. 1 attack, 30 defense. So, well, it does lose out on some defense, but it makes up for that by having an attack stat. It also has an activated ability. I believe that's the first time seeing one of these on here. You get to choose a creature you control, and it gains 1 defense. And then when your turn ends, if that creature is not taking damage this turn, it also takes 1 damage. And then it has an alter effect with a continuous ability where creatures you control with 5 or more defense have Bloodlust 1. I'll have to look up what some of these keywords actually do, but I think that would be also a nice thing to have in the starter deck for like having like little reminder cards of what the keywords for that particular deck do, just to have a nice little reference for newer players. You also get another Toxic Jellyfish in the deck. And we get 2 copies of Leviathan's Eye. This is a 3 cost water spell where you choose a creature you control, and its attack becomes equal to its defense. So if you've gained a lot of defense over the course of the game, this can be a nice spell to use to really push in for damage. Next up is Ironheart's Sea Slasher. 6 cost, 4 attack, 4 defense. It's unique in which when it's played, you erase all other copies from your zones. So basically, you can only have 1 copy of this card in play at a time. Has an auto ability that states, while this card has 10 or more defense, your ruler and Water Force creatures cannot take damage until the start of your next turn, and then you remove the card's text. So I assume this only applies 1 time. So you'll get a nice little bit of protection at least once. Next up is Forceful Treaty. 3 cost Water Force spell. This card can only be played if you control a Water Force arena, and all creatures your opponent controls lose 1 attack for each Water Force creature you control. So the idea is to get an arena out as well as a bunch of these Water Force characters out to potentially reduce all of your opponent's attack strength and make them unable to hit you. Speaking of that, we've got the Water Force Arena, City of Rolandoth. 3 cost, continuous ability where once per turn, when a creature you control gains defense, it gains an extra defense. So it doubles up on all those defense gains that your characters are going to be getting. Next is the 5 cost Aquarine Duet. It's a 2/5. Has an activated ability where if this card has 8 or more defense, you get to draw 1 card. And otherwise, if you're unable to do that, 1 creature gains 1 defense. So that's a nice ability. So even if you don't have a character with 8 or more defense, you can still use it to pump your characters up. which is pretty nice. And once you have a character with a lot of defense, you get to draw some nice cards. Got one more Twin-Bladed Teacher, and the final unique card that I want to show off for this deck is Oceanic Shield Bearer. 4 costs, 2 attack, 4 defense. Has the Guardian ability that states, while it's in play, your opponent must attack this card before any other creature or ruler. Has the auto ability where when this card takes damage, if it survived, another creature you control gains 1 defense. So it's pretty nice to have to help keep your other creatures safe. And that about does it for the entirety of these decks. Thank you very much for watching. Again, I'll have a link if you want to either pick these up. I'll have a link to his Game Crafter page for each of the decks, as well as for Twilight's Discord if you want to check out more about this game that he's been working on. So I'll thank you very much for watching, and if you enjoyed this, be sure to leave a like and comment below which of these cards was your favorite. I think I do like this one the most just because I like the art on it. But yeah, it's definitely not going to be the last unboxing on the channel. I've still got I still have one more unboxing at least on the way, so you can look forward to that as well in the near future. But until that time comes, I'll see you in my next video, and take care.